This boy's health is the triumphant achievement of two dedicated men. Mikhail Shianov is a relatively healthy 17-year-old Muscovite. He's visiting Britain as part of a language course, and while he's here, he's paying a visit to Chris Rolls, the consultant paediatrician who's led the work in Russia.
And that's absolutely clear. I can't hear any crackles or abnormal sounds in your lungs at all. You look to me like a healthy but slim boy.
3 years ago, the outlook for Russian children was far less good. Most received no treatment. They had malnutrition, constant chest infection, and usually died at the ages of 10 or 12. It was concern for these children which motivated Roy Ridgway, an extraordinary man for whom this is just the latest of a lifetime of passionate causes.
Well, I got involved because I've been a lifelong pacifist, and in the Second World War I was a member of the French ambulance unit, working in a field hospital, and we were at Casino, and we landed on the beaches in the south of France and went up the Rhone Valley. We were with the Free French, and I became sort of exposed to medicine.
Later, as a medical journalist, he was a leading figure in an international group of doctors who campaigned against nuclear war, a fight which led to the group winning the Nobel Peace Prize.
The doctors were saying that nobody would survive a nuclear war, and so medical reality became a part of political reality, and government policy changed. Gorbachev said that his policy towards nuclear weapons was the result of the doctors' protest movement. When we won the prize, I felt that our mission had been accomplished, and I was looking around for something else to do. And I had a child, my wife and I had a child, who suffered from cystic fibrosis. We thought, wouldn't it be a good idea if we could help just a few cystic fibrosis children in Russia?
Mr. Ridgway and his charity International Integrated Health have raised hundreds of thousands of pounds for the CF programme in Russia and turned to Chris Rolls for advice on how best to spend it.
Providing the drugs alone wasn't the answer. The whole of the Russian health system was based on what we would call crisis management. Our system in England for chronic illness is to see children regularly when they're well, to keep them well, and to spot the earliest sign of change. And so one of the things we have established there is that all of the children with cystic fibrosis are seen at least every 3 months, even when they're well, and they're monitored with one of the most simple tools, which is a growth chart, which can very quickly spot if the weight is falling slightly, which may be the first sign of a problem.
Chris Rolls recorded what he saw in Russia on camera.
This is a child of 1 whose treatment up to now has been very inadequate, partly because of medical availability and partly because of the mother's limited understanding of problems.
In the first 2 years of our project, when they would have expected up to 24 deaths, there were 2 deaths in the first year and none in the second year. And this was in part due to these digestive enzymes and good nutritional advice, and in part due to the fact that the doctors, with their renewed enthusiasm and the knowledge they already had, were looking at these children and moving very quickly, very early, at the first sign of illness.
The entire Southampton CF team now make regular trips to Moscow, and the programme is being extended into other parts of Russia. Chris Rolls has just returned from a trip to Siberia, where Moscow doctors are being encouraged to pass on their skills.
We've got 2 mothers in this room and a few toys around, but what is very apparent is really the lack of brightness in the sense of colourful posters or toys that belong to the hospital. Really, there's nothing here.
The work of Chris Rolls and Roy Ridgway has had a huge impact on the treatment of cystic fibrosis in Russia. Now the aim is to spread the new culture to other specialties, and children with heart disease are the next target. Doctors and nurses from Southampton will be involved in that programme too. Provided grants and donations continue, the Russian children will make progress, though there's still a great gap between CF children in Russia and those here in Southampton.